My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down full fight cards every single week. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And this is brought to you by Earn You. Earn You is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at earnu.com. And ODDSJAM. ODDSJAM has the fastest real-time data integrations to spot discrepancies between different sportsbooks and helping users place risk-free bets. Check them out at oddsjam.com. Next up, at UFC Vegas 51, we have Trey Ogden taking on Jordan Leavitt. Trey Ogden is 15-4 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight submission streak into his UFC debut. Jordan Leavitt, 9-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a solid submission win after his first career loss. Trey Ogden is an athletic grappler with solid takedowns and decent power in his hands. He's absolutely a grappler, but if you run through his tape, you'll see that even if he's winning those fights by submission on paper, a lot of those don't even start with takedowns. He is dropping his opponents with strikes and then snatching things up and making stuff happen from there. So he's very capable on the feet. His takedowns are really well timed, and he does an excellent job of lowering his level and shooting blast doubles as his opponents come in. Jordan Leavitt is also a grappler, but he's more of a throwback to the early days of the UFC. He's a very good one-dimensional grappler. He's got subpar striking and subpar wrestling. The problem with Jordan is that because his striking isn't a real threat, he can't use that to set up takedowns. And because his wrestling is less than okay, and he's only 31% accurate with his takedowns, he literally needs perfect wrestling setups to get those takedowns, and those are just not easy things to come by. And it's an interesting matchup because Trey Ogden is the more well-rounded fighter, but Jordan Leavitt is the more dangerous fighter. And he may honestly look like Mackenzie Dern in this fight against Tecia Torres, where Mackenzie didn't shoot a takedown. She just jumped on top of Tecia and just started climbing the body and trying to make something happen instead of attempting a traditional takedown. And Jordan Leavitt may actually end up having to do something like that because he does not have clean takedowns. I like Trey to win here, and I'm going to pick him, but this is his UFC debut, and Jordan's ground game does have me a little nervous. And Zeus, LOL, welcome to the club. Thank you for becoming a member.
The club, huh? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're calling it a club now.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Don't forget to get your
Okay, what's your can we get your thoughts here, please?
Yeah, I'm a big Jordan Leavitt guy. I think he actually was a lock of the week against his Claudio Puelles fight that he ended up just getting absolutely dominated in that fight. And that's kind of telling for this fight because he got dominated in the wrestling and it looked like he really had nothing to give off his back. We've seen him with his submissions getting those drag takedowns. He's not a wrestler. You mentioned the takedowns are tough for him. A lot of them are just kind of drag people down to the ground. That's not going to work against Trey Ogden. If he ends up on his back, I don't think he's going to get submitted, but he's going to get ground and pounded, and it's going to be a close to a submission for Trey Ogden in this fight. I like Jordan Leavitt typically, but against somebody that can wrestle like Trey Ogden and is just nastier. Because in that Claudio fight with Jordan Leavitt, it almost looked like Jordan Leavitt was just kind of out of it. It's like he didn't have any tenacity to fight out of those positions. He was just accepting being on his back. And I think Trey, he doesn't need to use his wrestling. I think I would prefer for him to use his striking in this matchup because he is going to have such an advantage. But if he wants to shoot at takedowns, we've seen Jordan Leavitt offer nothing off his back. And I think Trey has a lot to offer from top position. I even saw him take down and submit Mr. Arkansas Wrestling, TJ Brown. I'm a big TJ Brown guy. He took him down, submitted him in the first round, took his back, choked him out. The same thing might happen here at Jordan Leavitt if he is not careful. I'm Trey Ogden all the way. I'm a big Jordan Leavitt guy. This is just an awful, awful, awful matchup for him. And he's talking about like he wants another reverse triangle submission. I want to be the first guy to have 2 reverse triangle submissions. You better just focus on winning this fight and not how you're going to finish it, man. I'm Trey Ogden all the way.
Yeah, so again, we are aligned. This isn't great. Hoping for some different perspectives here, Jacob. But, I'm not a fan of these super one-dimensional fighters, and Jordan Leavitt is just one of those guys. He's just way too one-dimensional for 2022 MMA. $8,300 on Trey Ogden, that's honestly probably worth it. It's probably genuinely worth it. And, I think I'll spend it because yes, Jordan Leavitt will be live for a submission. That's just sort of his jam. But I think Trey takes him down whenever he wants to, touches him in the face whenever he wants to. I don't know if he'll get a finish, but I think there's plenty of control time, plenty of takedowns, plenty of strikes, and $8,300 is almost even money. What do you think?
100% agree. Jordan Leavitt is not going to try and defend a takedown. He wants to be on the ground. So he's just going to work for a submission on a takedown attempt, either a guillotine or doing something weird in a scramble, and he's going to end up on his back most likely. So whenever Trey wants to take him down, those opportunities are there. I think he takes advantage of them, and I 100% agree.
All right, so more alignment, 45 strikes to 54 strikes. The 45 from Jordan is what worries me because I don't know if he'll get 45 strikes off. He just wants to grapple so bad. But I do think Trey gets past 54. I think he does it on his feet. And I think he does it on the ground after the takedowns. What do you think of that Monkey Knife Fight line?
If you're stuck on your back, all you can do sometimes is just kind of hit people in the back of the head. Not the back of the head, but the side of the head and stuff. Those add up quick.
Well, and that literally is every single strike. If you want to check out Monkey Knife Fight, it is daily fantasy. Perfectly legal. It's an app. It's a website. It's like every other fantasy app on your phone. All you do is say more or less than the strike line here, and you can triple your money, 25 times your money. There's a whole bunch of different options to make $1. Check it out, weonpicks.com/MKF. And if you want 50 free dollars, weonpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners. Make a deposit. Let us know after you do, and we send you $50 as a thank you.